Advertising, of course, is now almost everywhere, and one of the cheapest and most effective ways shops advertise is by use of the humble, old-fashioned sign. Newsagent, for example. But there's two problems with signs. It's hard to change what they say, and if they're electric, they use a lot of energy.
Signs, signs, everywhere a sign. Well, so said a catchy hit song from my time, the 1970s. Today, nothing has changed. These sorts of signs are everywhere. What I don't like is how these signs waste so much energy. And when they break down or you want to change them, it can take a long time and cost a lot of money. And when these tubes break, they release dangerous gases. Roto sign is motion signage. It's made up of tiny gears all intermeshed with each other and driven by a small electric motor. The key to my invention are magnets which hold the motor and gears in place and allow them to be moved anywhere you want to create a new design or words. And when the gears turn, those holographic discs reflect the light from the LEDs around the frame. Now, there is a simple way to make a sign that really does catch the eye.
Please welcome from Brisbane, John Brennan. Hey, John.
Thank you,
How you going? Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
It's snazzy, isn't it?
Oh, very, yeah.
It's very snazzy.
Children love it too.
This whole thing's magnetised, and all these little doobie whackers, or as you call them, what do you call them?
Well, roto units.
OK. Can I call them doobie whackers?
You can.
They're all magnet. So there's a magnet on that side, and then there's a bit of a rotation thing there, and it actually spins. So when you turn it on, hit it, bro. Woo! Look at that. So they're all spinning round and reflecting the light, and it's using how much energy?
About 1/5 to 1/8 of conventional signage.
Wow, 1/5 of 1/8. That's not much at all.
Your power bill goes down.
And then when you want to change it, when they say, look, the new inventors now, we're going to go completely podcast and forget the whole television thing that's yesterday, then you simply adjust your sign and you've got the net inventors. See? So it's very easy to change, isn't it?
Well, that's right.
Lovely.
If I can do it.
Lovely. Come across to the panel and sit down. They, depending on how big they are, they vary in cost. But what would that one set you back, John?
That one, as a favour, $1,500 to a customer.
Right. The bigger the more.
Bigger the better and the more they cost.
Yeah, right. Yeah, OK. Richard?
The accurate positioning depends on the magnets really hanging on. And I'm wondering there if they're easy to take off and adjust around. The cogs are very tiny. Any sort of vibration, perhaps from traffic or a subway or whatever, it only needs one of them to get slightly out of alignment for it to become more static.
Well, once they're there, they stay there. I've actually put a sales sign down the side of a car with a magnetically attachable drive unit and driven halfway across town, stop, and they all kept going.
Oh, well, nice.
Once they're there, you switch it on and look at shops they've been running for 2 years and...
What's to prevent a curious cockroach, and aren't they all? Or perhaps just a bit of... Well, perhaps
I don't know if I met them all.
Yeah. Well, one lady rang up, some moths got attracted by it, or so attractive, and they got caught between the teeth and happy ending for the moths, you know. But so now we have an acrylic front on where there's... With the LEDs, they attract lighting as well as the reflection.
Yes.
I know you're thinking about going quite big with this.
Yes.
How does it upscale? Do you have more than one drive gear? Because I could imagine that there would be quite a bit of pressure on that drive gear.
That little motor will run 2 months non-stop on a D-cell battery. They use so little power,
Wow,
very tiny motor. And it's geared down, so that's...
And that's the only power it's using?
That is a tiny little 40 milliamp motor which is geared down. It runs at 2,400 revs, and the display runs...
Just to make that clear, apart from the battery, the net loss of electricity to Australia in turning that on, apart from the battery, is nil.
Zilch.
Right.
Yeah.
But you'd be able to plug it in as well, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah, mains power. That's the beauty of them. That runs on 6 volts.
Yeah, John, as a designer, I'm just racing with possibilities for this invention. I could play with it for hours.
Well,
I'm thinking kids' toys, I'm thinking nightclub interior walls, we can move them around, and full interiors with sort of interactive walls and really good saving light. Have you explored any other markets apart from signs?
Yes. we launched them at the Expo for the Intellectually Gifted. I mean, I was barred from that as a child.
They're sorry now, aren't they?
But it was assessed as being great for kids with ADD. I mean, we've watched kids, if one of them's not moving, they sort of trace it and, that one,
right.
you know, and they want to get at it and get it moving again.
Summing up, Richard.
Oh, it's got colour, it's got movement, it's got cost savings, got loads of potential, and it's just got to sell. And that's what advertising signs are supposed to do anyway.
To make it truly DIY, I think it'd be great if you could use something off the shelf, or, you know, people can play around with that. It'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the design language of it, and I think it's got, you know, motion signs are proven to boost sales.
That's
so,
right.
you know, you've combined all those factors, low cost and everything. And what a ripper of a design language. It's
You
great.
can change your message for nothing.
Yeah.
As long as people can draw, that's important.
Well, I'll teach you to draw. You know what I like about it? It's pretty. Please thank John Brennan. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
Good on you.
Hello, my name's John Brennan. I'm the inventor of the Roto sign, which is simply the combination of a magnetic base, or a magnet, and a display gear to produce a releasable rotational display element, which we have developed a big range of signs and educational toys. This is one of them. This one's a little bit noisy because we had to use a steel reduction gear in it, so they're not normally noisy. Patented in 21 countries. We're licensing the patents out to investors, either silent investors or active in, you know, partners in this enterprise, so that we can market them internationally. I've set up manufacturing in Shanghai. We sold prototypes in Australia and they were very successful. You'll see them on YouTube under Roto Sign, also on Facebook. Roto Sign is in the Australian Technology Showcase, which means it is recognised by the government as Australian technology. This enables you to get business migration into Australia by investing with Roto Sign, and preferably be an active partner in it.
That's enough.
How are you managing the carbon footprint of this exhibition as an exhibition?
Okay, well, we've tried to do a few small things, like the neon sign we've got at the front is environmentally friendly. We tried to use recycled materials for the invitations and so on.
I guess I haven't done anything consciously to do that, but I guess I'm doing that all the time in as many ways as I can.
A new report has found that some of the world's glaciers are melting at twice the rate they were 30 years ago. The United Nations...
But do facts and figures alone mean all that much? Artists have been saying for ages that our senses and our imagination need to be engaged too. Now, for the first time in Australia, there's an art exhibition which aims to help us step outside rational thinking about climate change.